Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back. Thanks for returning, for you returning subscribers and fans out there. Fans, I don't have no fans, what am I talking about? Today guys, I got a collection of new Eureka titles, the Eureka Masters of Cinema. I got a couple of Kino titles and a couple of horror movies collection. So let's get right to it, guys. Next up, this was a movie that I've only had on Laserdisc for the longest time, and recently I listened to a breakdown of this disc from Spencer from Damnful Idealistic Crusader. That's his channel, and he really broke down this movie and some of the different editions of it and everything. So I went ahead and picked this up because it's a great movie. The movie being White Zombie, Bela Lugosi's 1932 movie where he plays kind of on a sugar plantation, and he's kind of a weirdo, and he's got these zombie guys running around, or not running, they're walking pretty slow. But anyways, on here you got two versions. You got kind of a raw, unedited, or not unedited, but I guess it's unrestored copy of it. It's called a raw copy, and then you got a restored copy and everything, but really good. I mean, you know, they use 35mm archive prints and everything, and I think it looks really good. And it's got a little bit of extra stuff. It's like a little 6-minute interview with Bela Lugosi from 1932. It's got an audio commentary by Frank Thompson. So it's really good. So I finally added this to my collection after many years. And finally, or not finally, next up, this is another Kino release. Now this one just came out recently, and I've always wanted to see it. I've always would read about it in books about silent movies and German cinema and different stuff like this. But this movie was made by the UFA Studios in Germany in 1929, directed by one of the legends of German cinema, Joe May. A movie called Asphalt, and it's really good. This was made, you know, at the end of the sound era, or the silent era. I guess Germany had, or just right on the border of going full sound and everything. But really good. It's a really good movie about a kind of like a traffic cop who kind of falls in love with this kind of a wild girl. And it kind of all takes place during a short period of time, and it just shows the emotions of these two people. I mean, the traffic cop is kind of a very, very stoic, very unemotional person, and the girl is complete opposite, and it shows their kind of differences and everything. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting movie. Pretty much has a commentary, and then it's got a 5.1 and a 2.0 sound options. So there you go, Asphalt. And these are some Eurekas that I've picked up over time, and I haven't shown these. I believe this one I may have shown very, very, very early on my channel, and I showed it, but I hadn't watched it yet. This edition, I've seen the movie before, but I finally got around to putting it in and watching it. But it's really cool. A movie called Picnic. It's directed by Joshua Logan, starring Kim Novak and William Holden. And this is from 1956, and it's got some great cinematography by James Wong Howe. Really interesting movie from Columbia, and this is a great addition from Eureka. This is probably one of the maybe first 10 Eurekas I bought. This was in within those 10, so very interesting. Now I recently bought this just a few weeks ago. I've always wanted to have a good print of this movie, and it's so good, and Douglas Fairbanks is so entertaining, and it's a shame that he's slightly forgotten about these days, but man, such an athletic performer. I mean, the stunt work he would do, and just the acting, the charisma, his boyish good looks and whatnot. But I got 1924's The Thief of Baghdad. And it's kind of slightly bare bones as far as supplements. It's got a little bit on there. But a very nice print, a very nice collection. And I kind of chose this one over I think Cohen released one. So, but I wanted this one because I think it has something, it has something in the extras that made it different. So, but The Thief of Baghdad, the silent movie from 1924, directed by Raoul Walsh. So, very good. There you go. Next up, this is 2 different documentaries that Eureka put out a few years ago. This is a really interesting documentary called Hitler's Hollywood. And it kind of covers the time where Hitler came to power in Germany, and the Nazi influence on the film industry in Germany during the during the war years, and the stuff they would put into the movies and stuff, and it was no freedom, and there was none of this and none of that, and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting documentary. And then the second one on here is from Caligari to Hitler, which kind of covers the Weimar period of German cinema from like 1918, 1919 to like 1930 or so. A lot of the classics of silent German cinema are represented in it, and I think I kind of like that documentary a little bit more than Hitler's Hollywood, but they're both really good. They're both fascinating, actually. So pretty cool. Pick that up. You get a 2-for-1 thing there. And speaking of German cinema, this is Joseph von Sternberg's 1930. It's kind of like a mega hit in around the world. And The Blue Angel, starring the lovely Marlene Dietrich. I mean, this is kind of officially her first movie, more or less. I think she did a couple things before it, but this really what made her a star. And really interesting. It's got the great Emil Jannings in it. He was kind of the Tom Hanks of the silent period. You know, he was always the one that won Oscars and but slowly slipped into obscurity after sound came in and stuff. And unfortunately, a couple of his movies won the Oscar early on, and those are lost films now. But anyways, The Blue Angel, this is a really nice addition to this movie. I believe it has 2 different ones. I think it has the German and there's an English language one, I believe, on here. But yeah, it's got quite a bit of stuff on here, a lot of stuff on Marlene Dietrich, and it's very fascinating. The Blue Angel. Now, next up, these are a couple of horror movies that I've got recently. Now, this is a double feature from Scream Factory. These are 2 Amicus film studio releases. This is Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror, 2 episodic movies, horror movies, kind of like anthology movies with different stories and stuff. And I think the best one may have been Tales from the Crypt. I'm not sure. I think I like both of them, though. They're both really good. But yeah, you get 2 for 1 price, and this can go with the rest of your Amicus movies, like The House That Dripped Blood and different ones like that. So I had to get that. So there you go. And finally, guys, this is one of the vampire movies released by Synapse Films. I believe this was a Hammer movie. But there was a whole there was like a trilogy of movies based on what is it? The vampire. God, what was it? What's it? The not Carmela, but it starts with a C, anyways. But I think this is there's 3 of them. And I think the third one isn't that great. I think it's called Lust for a Vampire or something. It's not that good. But I got Twins of Evil, which has the twin vampire girls in it, which they were at that time, I believe, Playboy centerfolds or something in 1970, 71 or whenever, and it's pretty good actually. Now it's not as good as some of the other earlier Hammer films, but I really like this one. It's really pretty good, and actually the two girls really are some of the best part of the whole movie. They bring something to it, but that would have just made it pretty standard otherwise. But yeah, really good. Twins of Evil. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching those. I have a couple of for you people that made it through the whole video. I got a couple of download codes for a couple of movies I recently got. One of them is Cool Hand Luke. Now whoever can get it first and scan it, it's yours. If it doesn't work, that means someone's already got it. But that's Cool Hand Luke. And that's the new 4K. And then this is the new 4K of the Maltese Falcon. So you guys, whoever can get them first, you got a digital copy for those people that use Movies Anywhere. I don't really do digital downloads, so there you go. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment and like, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, guys, watch a good movie tonight, and I will see you later.